the thing is,
Alderman didn't
I'll
pick
call
it
the
up.
city council meeting to order. It's Monday, July 17th, 5:32.
He is hired, he is hired, but the other ones, why do they even sign up for it?
Roll call, please.
yeah, if they don't
Right.
show up.
Slusher,
Yes.
Fetch,
Yes.
Feltes,
Yeah.
Colston, Mazak,
Yes.
Wishing.
Yes.
We have a quorum.
Allegiance, please.
I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Do we go by the clock or the clock?
The clock.
The clock. That clock.
Clock.
That one can be easily moved. That one's
Okay.
pretty much.
Okay.
Or my phone, which is
Going there.
more accurate.
That's the electric.
Verification of posting, please.
Yes, the agenda was posted at Arcadia TV and Appliance, City Hall and State Bank of Arcadia on Thursday the 12th, and on this
13th.
13th?
That's what it says on our copy.
That's the 13th.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, Thursday the 13th, and then it was posted, it was posted online on Friday the 14th.
But 4:32 p.m.?
Is it your birthday?
Yeah.
Happy belated.
Yeah. It was
Well, that's
after
what it
work,
says
so.
on, just so,
Yeah.
okay.
These guys
Okay.
just saying happy birthday.
Well, I mean, not exactly, I had to print it and then
Well,
walk
no,
over,
that's
so
fine.
by 5
On
o'clock.
Thursday, last Thursday, Friday, 13th.
We have a 15-item agenda. I entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second by Feltes, second by Slusher. Any changes? Hearing none, clerk will call the roll.
Mazak,
Just for the agenda, or for?
Yes.
Yeah.
So moved. Yeah. Yes.
Worsney?
Yes.
Slusher?
Yes.
Fetch?
Yeah.
Feltes?
Absolutely.
Motion carries. Public comment. Public comment? Public comment? Hearing none, we'll move on. Presentations, we have none this evening. Old business, approved meeting minutes from July 6,
So moved.
2017. Motion by Feltes, is there a second?
I'll do it. Or did you?
By Slusher.
What
I
did
didn't
you?
hear you. Any
No,
changes?
He did.
Well, you did.
Oh, okay.
I was looking around.
Clerk will call the roll.
Worsney?
Yes.
Slusher?
Yes.
Fetch?
Yes.
Feltes?
Yeah.
Mazak?
Abstain.
Motion carries. Board and commission updates, we have none. Department updates, we have none. Public hearings, we have none scheduled for this evening. Item 8A, adopt ordinance 138V, ordinance amending the city of Arcadia zoning ordinance to add solar energy systems in the commercial district as a conditional use.
So moved.
Motion by Feltes, is there a second? By Fetch. Any discussion?
Now, this discussion would happen to the planning commission, right?
Yep.
I mean, then you send it this way?
Yeah.
How many people were at the planning commission?
0.
Okay, so the people really don't give a,
I don't know if they, you could say that they don't care about it, it's that they
There was no representation.
yeah.
We did post it properly.
So did you have a full planning commission, Joe, or
Yeah.
was there, was
Yep, we did
Dale
have a
was
full
there?
Planning commission.
Dale was there?
Yeah, we'll be
He actually was there? Okay.
Yep.
You remember, okay.
Is there any questions, or
You
you
guys
want
want,
Bill?
you guys want a
Lynn has to
description
buy?
and summary of what it is?
Yeah,
or-
Bill, give a brief
Yeah, I
rundown
think
of
that
it.
would be good.
Okay, so, to get ahead of some of the developments here, we've seen a solar farm come up, behind Riverland Cooperative. And that, solar energy, well, the equipment is becoming more affordable, and with electric utility in town here, we've realized that in our current zoning ordinance, we do not allow for any kind of solar energy systems or solar farms in any of our districts. And so, to get ahead of that, we'd like to add, solar farms, solar energy systems under the commercial district, as a conditional use permit. So, if you read through the proposed ordinance, it defines, it provides good information, it talks about, or puts out the application process, the, hearing process, and so on, and so forth, and so, it's more restrictive than, what we currently have now. If you like to compare it to something, if you compare it to Trumbull County, they have theirs also under a conditional use permit, process. the ordinance does follow closely the state statute, and that it talks, and describes, any kind of disputes over, what's called, let's see here, I wanna make sure I get it right, impermissible interference, so describes, from, 9 o'clock to 3 o'clock, if a structure shall cast a shadow, all the restrictions on that. When the original version that was brought to the planning commission, when it was brought to the planning commission, there were some recommended changes. That is in your packet. The lettering and in the blue and the red represent those changes. We do have a clean copy here to sign if and when it is adopted tonight. And with that, I can take any questions. So, just as a reminder, currently the conditional use permit process goes through to the Board of Zoning Appeals. And the way that the code is written, provides that the review of the application goes to the planning commission for recommendation, and then that will go to the Board of Zoning Appeals.
Then it goes to the zoning board of appeals.
Correct.
As in other practices, are the neighbors notified of this, or does it come directly to us?
Neighbors would be notified, just like anything.
Okay, that's just a question I had here, okay? Then that answers the second question, okay, good.
The question on these panels, are these panels the type that rotate following the sun type of thing? And does that have any effect on any of the wording on here, or? Is it
It's
just-
my understanding, it's any kind of solar collection system.
Right.
So whether
I think it's just one type.
It doesn't differentiate between a rotating or a fixed.
Okay, because I didn't know if there's.
Sunflower or the first one.
The who?
The sunflower is the first
Oh,
one. Opens up and closes.
okay, yeah, or like,
So yeah, it doesn't say just one specific panel.
yeah,
Just
okay.
panels
So
in
it
general.
just kind of covers all
Correct.
types. Which I think is kind of interesting, follow the sun.
Well, just try it, yeah.
Yeah.
Refresh my memory again, where was this site?
This is just an
Okay,
ordinance.
it's just
for-
an ordinance, okay, so there's nothing imminent.
Right, right.
Okay, gotcha.
This could pertain, this would be just for in the commercial district at
Okay.
this point.
Yeah, so currently the way that our zoning ordinance is written, it's written that if it's not included, if the specific use is not included in the ordinance, it's a prohibited use.
Okay.
And currently, solar farms or solar energy systems it's not written anywhere in our code. So what we're doing here is we're amending the code to allow for that in
Gotcha.
commercial districts.
So the one behind Trumbull Electric, that's the town of Arcadia, have we had any interest in doing this?
Not to my knowledge,
Okay,
at this,
just-
point, nothing formal.
Okay.
Any other questions? Clerk will call the roll.
Flasher,
Yes.
Patch,
Yes.
Feltes,
Yes.
Mezak,
Yes.
Wojni.
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 8B, adopt ordinance 223, ordinance to revise and consolidate, amend, supplement, codify the general ordinance of the city of Arcadia. Is there a motion to approve?
So,
Second. Batch, second, Feltes. Bill, you wanna give a little brief on this?
Sure. So we've been working on this for a while. This is to codify our ordinances, to bring them into, this booklet here that we have. If you're interested in reading it, let me know. We've had it for public viewing the last 2 weeks. Currently, if you read our codes, when we adopt ordinances, we adopt them by the number, and there's no specific order for which they are arranged, I believe. And so what this does, it does that, it arranges all of our codes in alphabetical order. It also provides us the opportunity to update references and fix any kind of grammatical issues that we didn't catch before. Once that is done, these books will go out to public places, and then we'll also have it on our website. The ordinance itself, you have in your packet, that's ordinance 223. Schedule A lists all the changes that are recommended. And throughout the process, when General Code went through all of our ordinances and put them together, they provided us with a list of items for which didn't make sense or needed to be updated. And Angela, myself, the mayor, former mayor Kimmel, went through those ordinances and made the recommended changes, and this is the result in itself. Ordinances that pertain to zoning by state statute require public hearing by the zoning commission and, or the board of, excuse me, the planning commission. And at the last council, well, 2 council meetings ago, you referred those ordinances over to the planning commission. They did hold those public hearings on July 11th. And have since recommended those ordinances to the council to approve as part of this process.
And how many people were at that hearing?
Same amount as
the last question.
Interesting.
I first got my packet today, Bill, and I'm just reading through some of this stuff, so a lot of this is just verbiage, words changed.
A lot of it is verbiage.
Consistency.
A lot of it is consistency. A lot of it is updating. So what was in the code as, for example, previously at Department of Commerce.
One question I have looking at it is the title, City Council is amended to Common Council. What would be the difference?
It's a preference of what you name. It historically in the city of Arcadia has been the Common Council.
Right.
Okay.
It basically refers, the rest of the ordinance are always referred to that as the common council.
Okay.
So to change
so-
that to say all.
So this matches up with the rest?
Right.
Okay,
Right.
got it.
And it could have been changed the other
Like
way.
I said, I
if,
got
like,
mine
was-
packet today, so just questions. Okay, good.
Can we ask a specific question
Yeah.
about an ordinance, or?
Sure.
Snow removal, is it 24 or 48? I thought it was 48, or 48.
20, I thought it was 20.
I thought it was 24.
24?
20.
Raleigh?
Or did we up it to 48? Snow removal, sidewalks?
What are we talking about?
Snow
I was
removal,
busy reading
snow removal in July.
Yeah, snow removal in July.
It wouldn't surprise me. What page?
What page are you on?
10.
296-10, I don't know what page that is.
Yeah, 10.
10, yeah,
A, B.
Should be 24.
Yep.
that's what it says.
Yep.
For some reason, I don't know why I thought of 48, but in other words, they gotta be on the ball. Or get somebody to do it, or tell somebody, right?
That's correct.
And I can't have any grass any longer at 7 inches, huh?
Well, here it is, 24 hours, okay.
Any other questions?
Mine's close.
We'll call the roll.
Fetch.
Yes.
Feltes.
Yes.
Mezek.
Yes.
Wojni.
Yes.
Slusher.
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 8C, adopt resolution 2017-11, fee schedule.
So moved.
Motion by Feltes, is there a second?
Second.
By Mazak. Questions? Go ahead.
I got a question. I went swimming this past weekend for the first time, and it's a great pool. They do a nice job there. And I got in, it says 62 and above are free. Is that all the time? I mean, that's what it said up there.
I believe so.
Then why the lap thing that, they've got $30 for that and 62? You know,
There's a
what-
lot of lap swimmers that aren't 62.
right, but if those that are, should they be free also? Or just that I just threw that in there.
What's that?
No.
Okay.
Gotta pay for his facility somehow.
Yeah, because my wife does a lap and.
Does this fee schedule make sense? So this represents our current fees. They're kind of located in a lot of places. Some of our ordinance reference fees previously specific fees. But since the change, we've just referenced back to the fee schedule in the ordinance itself. And this will be reviewed annually and changed annually accordingly.
But the 62 and above is not in here as such. So I snuck in, huh?
Yeah, I went there
We'll call
just to
the-
look at it
we'll
the
call
other
the
day, and I
police.
walked in, they didn't even stop me.
Doc, we can have the police come over this after. See if
Well,
we
Danny,
can
I asked you questions.
collect the fees.
And then I walked
Well,
in,
you're a little.
Just put it in the
you're a little
envelope, Doc, and leave it
intimidated.
under.
and then I walked into where the lifeguards were hanging,
In the girls? Well, not.
down in between the bathroom.
Yeah. And?
And
They kick you out?
all she said was, the bathroom's over there, sir. And I said, well, I'm not here, but looking for the bathroom, and I told her. I ain't cutting any slack either.
Well, this has been
They
a
got
big
their place painted
project,
pretty
this
nice
whole
too.
codification that
Except for
I'd
the
like to
mirror.
commend Angela
Well,
and
yeah, just
Bill
checking on all,
Looks pretty
catching all the wording ones, you know,
Well,
like,
Well,
they had paper
it may not be
Didn't kids
perfect,
paint?
it's a big improvement.
but it is.
Okay,
At
that's
least you have
wonderful.
something to work with.
But I guess
you know.
the question is,
Thought the kids all painted.
do you wanna include in this fee schedule that 62 and older is free for daily rate, or, I mean, do you want it to be free? I mean, do you want, or a lesser amount? I don't know.
I like the idea of 52 and above free, you know.
Well, currently, we're not, if you're 62 and older and you go into the pool, they don't charge you.
Yeah,
We can add that in. I mean, if that's the current practice.
just so you know her, so.
Yeah, we
people
can
ask.
add that.
I didn't even know that.
See, you know.
Well, how long has this been in the
Walked in,
process?
they didn't
5
stop
years?
me in, they ain't boo-hoo or nothing.
Well, I got this color here.
I was
and
telling
Just
this-
wait,
Bill
Tom.
today, it was on my to-do list for about the last 10 years, but we started this process the August before he came on board, so it will be 3 years next month.
So,
Good job.
yes, it needed to be done, that, you know, it obviously wasn't the least expensive thing to do, a lot of staff hours and
So
It's very
so
nice.
just backtracking here, the code will be effective August 14th, after.
Yeah, it says something right here.
After,
Working on it.
Right. Any other questions? Clerk will call the roll.
Feltes?
Yes.
Mason?
Yes.
Worsney?
Yes.
Slusher?
Yes.
Betts?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 4D, disallowance of claim for Annette Pergina.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Feltus, second by Mazak.
Where'd this take place?
Bill can give a brief.
I was gonna ask questions too, I had never heard of anything of this.
Yeah, so this was a fall, and a claim against the city. It took place on, I believe, Maple Street up by the church.
Wait, when?
Maple Street by the church.
Right, but
I
when?
believe this, I don't have it with me right now.
Well, if you got
I wanna say-
February, right?
Yeah.
Right.
it. Oh, really?
It was
Is this
earlier in
what she wants?
2017.
It was earlier.
I think that's what it could
And then so
cost.
we went through the process and the claim came through. We did file it with our insurance company, and they did conduct an investigation into it. And the recommendation came back was that the city was not negligent, and that recommending the city to go ahead and disallow the claim. We did take a look at it. We are in the process of replacing some of the sidewalk as we do construction up there. As soon as we knew that there was a crack up there or a difference in elevation of the sidewalk, we took action.
So it tripped on a crack or?
It was a uneven pavement. uneven
Mine
sidewalk.
found it like that.
Where exactly, did you say where it was? I was talking to.
Maple Street.
Maple Street.
But yeah,
Yeah,
was it on church property or our property or?
It wasn't sidewalk, so it wasn't the right of way.
Okay.
Sometimes you grind them down too, right, or you got a grinder, or?
I thought that thing took a dive.
We got one,
Does it work?
not so much.
Oh, really?
That's what I thought.
We got them down at church, maybe, so somebody ground them down there, or we did that.
Is there any other questions?
Yeah.
Hearing none, the clerk will call the roll.
Mason?
Yes.
Worsney?
Yes.
Slusher?
Yes.
Betts?
Yes.
Feltes?
Yep.
Motion carries.
We got substantial.
Item 8E, approval of certificate of substantial completion for Haas Sons Incorporated for the 2016 Myers Valley Creek relocation.
What are they?
They're basically saying the project is done and completed.
Let's So how much money do they, or they don't want more money, they just want completion, they want notice, or?
Yeah, so what this is a process in completing the project. It's us signing off that the project is complete except for what's included in the punch list here. Pretty much what it does is it ends the contract and it starts the warranty process, which is a year. So it's the conclusion of the project. Now, they're not gonna get their final payment until they complete these items on this punch list. And that's gonna come before the council at a later point.
So who checks on them that it is completed final?
It'll be the engineering firm to make sure that the punch list is completed.
So that's our friends from La Crosse?
Correct.
Yipper. I'll entertain a motion to approve. By Mazak, is there a second?
Second.
By Fetch, any questions?
Are you happy with it, Raleigh?
Yes and no.
I think we
Well, let's hear it.
I think we avoided floods.
I was certainly hoping that the bank on the south side was gonna be not nearly as steep as it is. Because quite honestly, we don't have a piece of equipment that can go on there. We borrowed Gary Scraw's tractor. So when I say we, the street department. So we had to borrow his four-wheel drive tractor, but I'm hoping that sooner or later we will own a tractor like that. So
So you can mow.
I wish it wouldn't have been quite as steep as it was. So, other than that,
But
yeah.
some of that was beyond control of a lot of different entities.
Well, I think a lot of that had to do with the guy who owns the land on top of the hill. You know, I mean, it's been fight, scratch, kick, scream the whole way with him there. So.
Any other questions, comments?
I'm not real high on it.
So the balance is still this much? 784?
Well, that's
What's the
That's-
balance due to them?
The house?
What?
There was some washing, Joe, that they came and fixed. There might
No,
be some,
To Haas and Sons.
784 was
the way it rained.
Okay, oh, okay, but what's completion to, what to Haas,
We-
what are, so we
we
know.
don't know exactly how much the final bill is at this point, but the 879, that's the estimated construction cost.
It will have to be
So
mowed
that's
forever.
what's being paid off.
Once it gets
I don't know how much
established,
we
really
paid
good.
today.
Do one mow the whole
But it'll
thing.
come to this table
We'll just
before
mow the
we're
first
authorized to pay them? for the
Correct.
So
completion?
that'll get.
Okay, I'm happy with that then, okay.
It's a better mow.
So this cost
You?
summary is the whole project itself.
Okay,
And it's within budget or?
Yep. Yeah, it actually comes in about 20,000, well, the construction portion of it comes in about $20,000 less than what was approved previously.
We'd be an engineer and contingencies and legal.
Well, we've paid engineers on that project for 7 years too. And we actually have something done now.
Yeah.
Can they keep monitoring?
Yeah.
Right. I mean, to go with what I said, the result is much better. I
Yes.
mean, last week it was high,
Has worked.
but it was no fear. Where
Oh, yeah.
4 or 5 years ago, you know, it would have
Yeah.
been heavily monitored.
Right.
Let's put it that way.
Is that like sweating?
If there's no other questions, the clerk will call the
That's not the
roll.
way it's sweating. Yeah.
Wojni,
yes.
Slusher,
Yes.
Fetch,
Yes.
Feltes,
Yes.
Mezek.
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 8F, approval of budget amendment 2017-4.
So moved.
Motion by Feltes, is there a second?
Yes,
By Fetch?
I'll do that.
Thank you. Questions?
Amendments are down here.
They're listed on the next sheet over.
It's all listed here, so I gotta do this.
there's no net change to the budget, it's just something, just change to make sure we keep it even.
So things were
Correct.
moved around, huh? I can't use that word.
You can use whatever word you want. I can't
The
remember what you
accountants-
say.
The accountants don't like that word.
Creative, tickets?
If there's no questions, the clerk will call the roll.
Slusher,
Yes.
Fetch,
Yes.
Feltes,
Yep.
Mazak.
Yes.
Wojni.
Yep.
Motion carries. Item 9A, approve bills in the general account in the amount of $176,314.04.
So moved.
Motion by Feltes, second by Slusher. Questions?
Yeah. $125, paint a mural at the pool, thought that was all donated.
Whereabouts are
Which
you?
mural is that? What,
Joe, where are you on this?
Is that the
Back
Disney?
in Marsalic, about that far down,
It's
No, where are you
Machosen.
on the list?
right there.
I just got
Your
mine.
left hand,
right here.
about quarter of the way down,
Is that-
not even.
Is that the Disney thing?
Yes.
That's really neat. They did a nice job for it.
I
I
thought-
thought Junior did it, but no? Who did it?
There's a lot of paintings on the
Said-
wall there.
Back in Marsalic, $125, paint a mural, I thought it was
Machosen.
donated.
That's the ninth one now.
Oh. Well, Chosik, not Marcel.
Whatever,
Close, huh?
same ballpark.
I guess I didn't know it was donated
I don't know.
either.
Yeah.
And Alan Robinson Law Firm, thought we used these guys across the street. What's that about?
Can I speak on that one? We had a court case and the law firm across the street also represented that person, therefore they could not represent them because it was a double conflict of interest for the city and for them.
Thought they were our attorneys.
Oh, if there's a conflict.
Yeah, they just said that they can't do it for that municipal court case, so.
Alright,
Well, they may have had them on a retainer before they got in
that's
trouble or
fine, that's
something like that.
fine. I don't ask, I don't know.
Nope.
This is the place you're supposed to ask Joe.
There's no dumb question, right? No.
I've had a couple.
And then we
over
had,
the years.
we
I'm
had,
not just saying in this room, but
Okay, okay.
we had a substitute.
I've had a couple.
We had a substitute judge, is that for our municipal court?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Our judge is becoming healthier.
Healthier.
Well, he had heart surgery, open heart surgery.
The heck?
Yeah.
Triple bypass.
He got out of the hospital faster than I did.
Yeah.
But he got out of his cast before you too.
Oh, boy.
You know that?
All right. Fighting words, Doc, you're right in the middle.
All right, right.
Good luck, Doc.
Okay, I got water to splash on you guys here.
Any other questions?
Okay, window covering on, yeah, and the Wisconsin metals, window covering for Violet Hanson Park, or, that's a covering, are you putting bars on there, or what?
They put a sheet of steel on the hinges with a lock. And when someone rents it, they'll get a key. Isn't it pathetic that they gotta go to that
I was
stretch?
just gonna say
It is what it is, that's the.
Now, does that open up or does that open down?
Swings sideways
Swing sideways?
and locks to the wall on the other side.
So they can't be hanging on it and swinging on it, or what?
Right,
Hopefully
it's just a piece of 10 gauge on the hinges. Screw the hinges into the wall,
Night, Chris?
it swings one way, it swings the other. They put a little thing on the bottom so it sits on there so the weight, because a 44 by 64 piece of 10 gauge is pretty heavy.
That's pretty heavy, yeah.
Any other questions? Hearing none, clerk will call the roll.
Fetch,
Yes.
Feltes, Mazak.
Yes.
Wojni.
Yep.
Slusher.
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 9B, approval of OSPay request number 2 in the amount of $159,751.28. This is for the McKinley Maple Street project.
So moved.
Motion by Feltes, second by Fetch. Questions?
They're gonna pick up the mess on, St. Joseph Avenue. I washed down.
You could surely send them a picture to do so.
Well, I don't.
And we should, because,
I
you know,
don't feel it's Ronnie's job to pick it up.
No, we actually had sent some other people that had some messes as well.
From that?
Not from this rain, but other projects, and they came and
Oh,
cleaned it up,
in
so,
different places.
different areas.
My suggestion is, before final payment on this project is done, that the city hires Mike Happel from Galesville to come in and clean the storm sewer from Cliffy Gimsa's corner all the way down to Adolph Baker's. I'm talking people that used to live there.
Yeah, I know where you are.
That the
Bill's, this
city,
way, Bill's trying to figure out where we're
the city,
You're going down
You gotta say,
St.
you
Joseph's
gotta say the
Avenue.
color of the houses.
Yellow
from
house
the
to
bottom
White
of
House.
from the bottom of McKinley to where the big 42-inch goes through,
Yeah. There's
that
a
the
lot,
city hires someone
there's a lot of sand
to
that's.
do it and they get the bill for it.
There's been a lot of
That's
sand
on
that's
St.
gone
Joseph
down.
Avenue, basically, it's
That
underneath it.
stretch, they should clean when this is over with.
There's a lot of sand that's gone, and some of it is no fault of their own, cause it's
Right?
rained extremely heavy,
But
but
trust
they
me,
have to be responsible
they've got
for it.
that bill included in their price.
Right.
So that's something we should hold them accountable for.
Oh, okay.
Because I mean, well, like Joe said, if anyone hasn't looked, there's a lot of stuff on St. Joe's. So what's left
There's
on
a
the
lot.
street, it also just as much went in. So,
There's a lot of sand.
you know, we should hold them and
Okay.
say that's something that we'd want done before we're gonna pay you and complete.
I mean, now
But
they
we
have
hire the
two
person.
little berms set up with,
Well,
It
they
went right
burned
over.
it now.
Well, and that one time they had it burned and it was going right over the top.
Right. They got that figured in, trust me. So I think we should hold them accountable for that.
by all means.
Any other questions,
Does
comments?
this affect the Harrison Street, tube that, on
can.
Ruth,
It
on
can.
Ruth Street there?
It all
Sure.
goes into that.
At Ken's,
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sure some of it's in there too, but most of it would be in St. Joe's.
Yeah, there's a lot of sand, a lot of sand. Have you driven on this?
Not really.
Go down St. Joe's.
I should, maybe on the way back.
what's the best way to clean
When's
that
the
up?
one
Get
way
it
to
to
go
the
into
beach.
effect on
Go
St.
now
Joe?
before it
Can
rains
happen when
again.
you're,
That's
And
what
it
mean.
washes it into the drain again.
I thought we dropped a blue
You
goose
only
on
have
there.
one way going on, going up to Chapel Hill?
Well, right now, when it's
my water truck's
feasible,
too.
but
That's another thing.
that's not.
No, but no
I'll
problem.
flush
That's
it
another
out,
piece of
but
land.
Any other
We'd have to
questions?
flush it
That's
all the way to the
another
pond.
part.
Clerk will call the roll.
Feltes.
Yep.
Mason.
Yes.
Wojni.
Yeah.
Slacker.
Yes.
Petch.
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 9C is just for information. General fund revenue and expenditure report. Have any questions? Contact Ms. Bird.
Oh,
Cause I'm gonna, what's that word you wanted to use? Creative accounting.
there you go.
I don't think she likes that word. But you can still use it, but I don't like it, but it can be used.
Can I just say common sense, you know, perhaps?
I like that much better.
Yeah.
Item 10A, discussion of possible action on operator license.
So moved.
Motion by Feltus, is there a second? Second. By Slusher. Questions?
It's all
Imagine
right.
us with background checks, just like
Right.
normal.
Yeah.
It says it right in there.
Yep.
anyway.
No questions, clerk will call the roll.
Mazak.
Yes.
Wojni. Slusher.
Yes.
Petch.
Yes.
Feltes.
Yep.
Motion carries. Future agenda items, Mr. Slusher.
Yeah. I've been taking a lot of heat lately from some residents about general aesthetics of yards, grass length,
Okay.
vehicles parked in yards with weeds growing around them, that sort of thing. Like to see it addressed somehow, some way.
Is that something we need an agenda item, or if you have an address, is
No, it's
Just a general-
It's a general
Okay.
deal, yeah.
I can go for a drive. Get with Bill and some my address list, try to
You
pick
want
it
to
up
help
a week.
Frank Linsky, Ken Tudis, he's
Sure.
one that approached me.
Sure.
That's all I have for now.
Right, the recycling center over there.
Well, that's all part
Oh,
of
the
it.
recycling center. Yeah, I would go along with that. Is there an ordinance about parking?
Yes.
Parking cars on lawns and all that sort of thing?
There is not an ordinance in regards to parking
Parking.
on lawns. There is an ordinance in regards to nuisance vehicles, whether or not it's roadworthy or not.
Roadworthy.
Oh, okay.
Workable.
Because this community looks like a junkyard when you start putting stuff on the lawns in front of houses.
Well,
like
that's something that we can look at putting into effect as an ordinance of aesthetics and then enforcing it, but we
I don't have a problem with parking on the lawn, it's when they're parked there and the weeds are growing up.
Right,
That's
but
right.
that's something we can bring up before we start discussing it.
Yeah, we could go round and round.
Or when it's mud a foot deep and then it runs out in the street.
Yeah.
Because there is an ordinance against that.
Anything else?
I'm just satisfied with a previous agenda.
Okay.
Nothing at this time.
Alright, you know how to get ahold of me, Joe.
We got a pool problem. You know about the pool problem?
Which one? Or there's a problem?
What's the
People,
problem?
Scott Leonard's quitting. Is that his name, Scott Leonard?
yeah, turned in his resignation.
Yep.
Oh,
And
you're
I was pretty concerned about it. She would like to meet with us.
She is not, I have spoken to her,
Yeah.
and she's gonna look for somebody and,
Yeah,
Put
she's
it out there
gonna
to hire
maybe know,
somebody.
know something tomorrow.
Yep.
She said, and she says we need somebody for like 14 hours a week. And she was wondering if we could all get together on Thursday, or some of us could get together on Thursday at the
well,
park.
it'd have to be a listed council meeting,
Right.
so I'll call Eva.
Okay,
It's not a full council.
okay.
Does it have to be a policeman or a state trooper or?
No,
No, it can be anybody. You can even.
Anything else?
no, that's it.
Bob?
I wanna thank Raleigh for getting that painted. I'm sorry I wasn't knowledgeable of this at the last meeting on Fairfield from the corner up and about so that they're not parking on that corner. Since we're getting, very little help on Fairfield, I would like to look at the possibility of putting in some speed bumps. Cause that traffic is just flowing through there, the buses are flowing through there just steady. We're not getting any help up there. And then the other thing is, somebody approached me on Highway 95 by Golden Plum, where they put in that new office. Why there's a stop sign there, why isn't that free flowing? This lady told me that it has to start at the local, and then it can go further. Cause the only traffic is, they have a stop sign coming off of Golden Plum Road, or out of their parking lot.
Right.
So this lady, and I'll give you her name and number after the meeting, and you can take it up with her, but she wants to know why there's a stop sign there, why that traffic just doesn't flow
On
around
Highway
that corner.
95?
Right around where Golden Plum put in their where those big rocks are on the corner, I don't, what is that?
Yeah, 95.
So they would, why does the 95 traffic flow right around there?
About there, yeah.
So I'm just bringing it up, so that's for future.
Highway 95 has stopped there since, as long as I can remember.
Yep.
But they're wondering why it has to stop there, because there's no other way that they can go, they have to go right.
But you got,
And I'm
you got a lot
sure
of
it was
traffic.
there when you used to be able to go straight.
Straight through.
But you-
Right, but that's her question, but she said, and this is what she told me, she says she's contacted upper crust, but it has to start here, and then we can see if we can get a change with the DOT, the state, whatever. That's what she told me, and I can give you her name and number too if you want.
You can give it
I
to
mean,
Rob.
we can look at doing it, does it, I mean, it doesn't really affect the city, I don't, you know, slows the traffic down coming into town, but.
But what about?
Well, you almost have to slow down to come around that corner.
But you coming out of the parking lot, you gotta be able to get out of that parking lot.
There is a stop sign there, Doc.
That's right, but if it's free flowing,
Then you wait your turn.
Yeah, right. What if it's really busy?
So if there's 3 cars coming, north on
Well,
95,
That's back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
we
we
could bring it
discussed
back
it.
for discussion,
Yeah.
I mean, that,
But I know, but
somebody brought it to me,
Mhm.
and this was not in my word, but she brought it to me, so she got in my ear. So,
we can look at it.
okay. Yeah, see what, if anything, and then I brought it up here tonight, so I can wash my hands of it, and we'll see where it goes from there. How's that? Okay, thank you.
All right, I'll entertain a motion to go into closed
so
session
move. Second.
by Feltus, second by Fetch.